Hello everybody and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Sergio, and in today's video we're going to show you how to convert battery terminals from loop connection terminals like the ones you see on the screen to clip-on battery terminal connectors in case you need to change your batteries and the old batteries have loops and the new ones have clips. It's a pretty common thing that we see and we wanted to show you how to do it. But before we get started, like always, I want to mention our free product catalog, our newest version's out. And if you want to claim a copy, it's totally free. It has coupon codes, our latest products, and much, much more. To claim a copy, all you have to do is go to our website, www.mobilitydirect.com. Click on the green button at the top of every page that says free catalog. Fill out the simple short form, and you'll get one in the mail within 1 to 2 weeks tops. I also want to tell you about our monthly giveaway. We give away a mobility product once a month, whether it's a scooter or a power wheelchair. It varies month by month. And like you're seeing on the screen now, the winners that we choose, all they did was they subscribed to our YouTube channel and they left a comment. So if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe and again, leave a comment on any video like the one you're watching now. It's totally free, easy to do. You're already here, so what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and you could be one of the next lucky winners. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I've got on my screen a battery box, much like a go-go battery box or a buzz-around battery box. Most mobility scooters that are travel-friendly come with a battery case. And to open the case, there's usually about 8 to 10 screws at the bottom. In this case, there's 8. And I've already removed the screws from the bottom to save time. All you need is a long Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to take out the screws and the case will then open up. You'll want to be careful with some, the battery charger and the fuse area. They're a little bit, sensitive. They can come apart. So when you take it apart, be careful. And then what you'll see here is we have batteries that have screw-on or bolt-on terminal connectors. The new batteries and most batteries that you purchase are going to have F2 terminal connectors. And those are clip-on terminals for the positive and the negative connection point of the battery. So you are going to need to get yourself some F2 clips. And if you go on Amazon, you can look up a terminal and connector assortment kit or just buy F2 terminal connectors that are either heat shrink or crimpable or both. In this case, we just have some crimp-on F2 clips that we're going to go ahead and put on and splice some wires. So you will need a couple of tools and some experience with, splicing wires. You're going to need a wire cutter. So we'll walk you through the process. It's pretty easy. First, you're going to want to remove the old batteries. So disconnect all the wires. You may want to take pictures to know how the wiring job is supposed to be redone when you put the new batteries on. So here we're just removing the loop clips. So they're circular loops that go around the bolt threading that screws into the terminals on the green batteries with the black top that you see to the right. We're just going to cut those terminal connectors completely off, and you want to leave as much excess wire as possible because sometimes you can avoid having to extend the original wires. In this case, we weren't able to, and it took me a minute to realize that, so I put the new batteries in, and then I saw the wires just weren't long enough. So we're going to have to extend the wire. So I do have some extra wire, and you may need some extra wire. So make sure you grab some wire that's the same size as the wire that comes with the battery case if you need to do that, and follow along here. Get yourself a wire cutter. Splice an additional piece of wire. In this case, I really only needed like 2.5, 3 inches. So I just took a little piece of wire about that length. I spliced the wire using a butt connector. So it's basically a pipe connector that you can use to attach and extend wires to. So you'll crimp it either with a crimping tool, or if you just use enough strength, you can use the end of the wire cutter, like the Klein tool wire cutter that I have. It basically has like a rough end to it that's not sharp, and it allows you to crimp it. But I will use electrical tape at the end just because I really don't trust the crimping. I like to make sure that electrical tape's there as a backup to hold those butt connectors in place. So as you can see, I'm just extending the wire using that red butt connector to give me an extra 2-3 inches on the wire so that the new connector will actually reach the terminals on the new batteries. So here we are. I've just extended that wire, the black wire, by about 2-3 inches. And now I'm twisting the wire at the end there. I pulled off about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch off of the sleeve with my wire cutters. You're going to want to expose some of that wire, twist it so that it's all grouped together nicely, and then take your F2 terminal connector and slide it right over that exposed piece of wire. You may have heat shrink wire connectors, so you can get a lighter or even like a soldering iron and heat up the heat shrink so that it hugs around the wire. But in this case, I just use my tool to really crimp it on, and it's going to be nice and snug. I give it the good old-fashioned snug test. It's not going anywhere when I pull on it, so I know it's pretty secure. But again, I do like to go the extra mile and just use some electrical tape so that I know it's not going anywhere, right? The electrical tape plus the crimp job, it's going to be pretty hard to have that wire come detached. And really what I'm doing now is I'm rinsing and repeating with all the loop connectors. I'm swapping them out from loop terminal connectors to F2 terminal connectors, which are kind of like the transparent blue connectors that you're seeing me put on all 4 of the wires. So there's 2 negatives, 2 positives, and you'll want to make sure that, like I said, you reconnect your wires exactly the same way they were connected to the original batteries. You may want to take pictures. I've done this many times, so I don't need to take pictures. I know red goes to red, black goes to black, and I can kind of tell just based off of the orientation, the way the batteries are wired in series, that you're going to need to have a red and a black going to the outside of each battery, and then a red and the black going to the inside of the negative and the positive to create that 24-volt connection. And of course, there's going to be a breaker in line with one of the positive connections, and the charging port's going to have to be wired in. But all of that is usually done in a similar fashion, which I'm very familiar with. But if you're doing this and you're not a mobility tech, I really recommend taking pictures of the way everything's wired in before you do anything, and then compare that to the job when you're done to ensure that all the connections, positive, negatives, are identical. The only thing that changes are the batteries and the new terminal connectors going from loop connectors to clip-on terminal connectors. So as long as your wiring's all done correctly and you got yourself some new batteries, everything should work fine, and you can avoid having to pay a technician to do this job for you. You know, if you ordered some batteries and they showed up and you're like, oh no, what the heck, the battery connections aren't the same. I need bolt-on connectors. Well, just follow along with this video and you should be fine. So I went ahead and replaced all the clips, and now I'm just using electrical tape, like I said, to secure those new connectors in place. And where I did the extension of the wire with the butt connector, I also used electrical tape to really just secure that connection to ensure it's not going anywhere. Because mobility scooters rattle around quite a bit, especially if you're going on grass and off-road. So I really want to make sure that this customer, doesn't have any issues with the wires getting disconnected or the extension butt connectors getting disconnected. But I'm pretty confident that this is going to be just fine, and hopefully you are going to experience the same thing. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any feedback. I'm eager to hear from you. We appreciate you watching our videos. And as you can see here, we're going to reattach the connections now with the new F2 terminal connectors. You can see the electric tape there on the splicing job for the extension. Everything is going in nice and snug. There's enough wire for it to reach the terminal connectors. Black going to black, red going to red. We're all good. We're going to close up the battery case, and we're pretty much done, folks. Now, if you want to buy new batteries, or if you need parts, or if you want a mobility scooter, we'd love to earn your business. We offer tax-free sales, free shipping on all of our mobility products. We have 5-star rated customer support. And again, we'd love to earn your business, folks. So leave us a comment, call the number below if you want to learn more. By the way, I'm just testing out the connection before I seal up and screw the screws back in. With my voltmeter, I got over 25 volts, which is what you should see with a new set of batteries. I dropped the battery case back in, turned it on, and what do you know? The scooter turns on. It's working just fine. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be awesome. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great day.
Wow! Come on, groove it on. I said, baby, I know you're on a roll. Sweet honey, let's take it real slow.